that when we experience a situation, in psychology, we call them schemas. This is the same thing we're talking about. When we experience a new situation, or we go to a place we haven't been before, we're with a person we haven't been with before, our brain rolls through all of our filing cabinets and tries to find the most similar experience that it's had before. It whips out that file folder and basically gives it to your brain like, this is the situation that we are in now. We didn't have a problem before, so we can behave the same way. We won't have a problem again. We had a problem before. This is something we should be afraid of.
If we have a kid that's been through a lot of rejection and doesn't have good relationships, has poor relational health, and you're like a teacher or a counselor, and you say to that kid, wow, you're really smart, or you did a really good thing, or you're a really good person, or I really like you, or typically that kid's response is, okay, that's what you're supposed to say. Like, I don't buy it. Like, you're just trying to make me, it's kind of like I process things in a way that fits that schema or template.
You've shared it with me multiple times about how you were working with foster families and kids who had been just through it. Mm-hmm. No real positive regard shown to them ever. Showing up to a house where a perfect stranger greets them with an overwhelming amount of genuine, unconditional love. And it's verbalized, and how uncomfortable that makes them, because there's no context for the cognitive message. Right. Yeah.
Goes, it's like, so you're comparing it to previous experience and going, that doesn't match. So something's up, and it's kind of that same, like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, okay, this feels good, but I don't really trust it. So I got to still stay on edge, and I got to still, you're being nice to me, but I'm just waiting for you to kind of like throw the bomb down where you're going to be mean to me, or, that type of thing. So, certainly our personal experience is, and I think about people that suffer from depression, the brain doesn't naturally think positively. It's not an easy thing for it to do. So you actually have to consciously structure and create this new habit. Like, you have to create this new template in your brain that I'm going to think positively about my life, think positively about myself. I'm going to make effort to focus on the good things in my day, even if it's little, even if it's like, oh, I had a really good breakfast. Spend time bathing in that positive experience instead of spending my whole day reflecting on how awful it was. And I deal with that with some clients right now, where it's like one positive experience, it's good, it felt good, but you know what? It's not going to last. It's going to only be amount of time before that person changes the way who she is that day.
One of the most powerful antidotes to the brain's negativity bias and the cognitive distortion of filtering out the positive that I've really ever seen consistently be successful are gratitude lists. Mm-hmm. When you feel negative, when you feel down, when you feel yourself getting a little like Mr. Scrooge in your head about your everyday life instead of just Christmas, taking a second and physically writing down maybe just a handful of things, 3 things that you're grateful for. And the small things, I'm grateful that my lungs are healthy enough to breathe oxygen. I'm grateful that I can trust my mind today. I'm grateful that I woke up today, even though I'm struggling with some really heavy issues, some really heavy thoughts, some really heavy feelings. I'm grateful I woke up today, because maybe this day will be better than yesterday.